Alrighty. Hi. Howdy. Hello. Etc. It has been a little bit. I mean, it's been 2 weeks, but still. Feels like forever. But, yeah, I'm back. And I'm playing this, this Ocarina of Time ROM hack that I've been meaning to check out for a while now. I don't remember exactly when it came out. I think it was early April. But, yeah, I saw ZFG playing it, and I was like, oh, this looks cool, and I watched the first, 20 minutes of it, and then I was like, I need to stop watching this because I want to play this. This looks awesome. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to play it because it's a video game, and that's what you do with it. I'm just rambling. Hello.
No
Oh,
longer zooting, but gaily we continue.
yes. We're zooting gaily in our hearts. Thank you for the Prime sub, Phil Ferret. Appreciate it. We'll just go with Taffy on this one, I think. This is a serious game, no jokery. I think Link goes to jail in this one, that's all I know about it. For what crimes? I'm not sure. I went to go reach for my, timer thing, because it feels wrong to, start a game of Ocarina of Time without having the timer, because I usually play Zooter, but this is just normal. There's no timer. We can play... We can take as long as we want. Supposedly this game can take 20 hours, so it is a full-length game. We'll see. Anyways, let's do it. Oh yeah, I forgot this has fully custom cutscenes and stuff. This is sick. For those not aware, the Ocarina of Time ROM hacking scene was pretty slow moving for quite a while there, and then I think when Decomp finished, the PC port and stuff, that's when things really kind of kicked off, and they figured out how to do a lot more with it and together more in-depth modding tools and stuff like that. Yeah, immediately in gay baby jail. I love that he still does the same animations from the beginning though, so it's she's like, here you've been captured by Ganondorf soldiers, and he just kind of nods. He's like, yeah, alright, fair enough. So there's guards that'll catch me with them outside. And there is a hole under here that I can crawl through. I do remember this much from watching VODs. Yeah, so for the longest time, a lot of, or pretty much the extent of Ocarina of Time ROM hacks that could exist were just kind of remixes. They would just kind of rearrange. Oh god, sorry for putting the camera in the fire. They'd rearrange existing elements and stuff like that, but they couldn't really put in new assets and things like that. New music, new items, things like that. And people have started to do stuff like that because now there's more elaborate tools, is my understanding, or more powerful tools. Are these important? I don't know where the guards are. Egg. This is stressful. Stealth levels in Zelda are always stressful. Oh, the camera does not want to work with me here. Okay. Ooh. Howdy. Thank you, thanks for the tier 1 sub, best friend Mothman. See, part of the problem with I try to read off people's names when they do stuff as often as I can. I am so bad at tripping over myself as soon as I try to read a name on site. But I do try anyway. Okay, who on earth is sleeping? Oh, it's the guard. I can't speed up the text speed in this, can I? Okay, yeah, so this guard is asleep. Is the guard not asleep? I was led to believe the guard was asleep. Okay. Maybe there's another guard that I didn't see that caught me. Oh, well, whatever. Oh, I have to do this every time, really? Is there like a switch I missed somewhere that like just opens the door to my cell? Oh, is it maybe that like the guard like in between snores can catch you and then like keeps dozing off? Is that the idea here? I don't know. I don't get it. What's Cernando? Okay, so I can't do anything about this. I don't have any weapons of any kind. Hope that changes soon. This wasn't probably supposed to go talk to the Kokiri that are in the cells. Okay, yes, this is probably the guy who caught me earlier. I will... Oh, you know what? Okay, yeah, that sounds familiar, actually, I think. Because, like, I remembered hearing the name Cernando, but, like, I don't actually watch Vine's House myself, and so, like, did not have context. Where were those? Where are those Kokiri? Oh my god. I gotta turn my headphone volume down a little bit. I keep getting jump scared by all the sound effects. Okay, I do need to hydrate though. I'm gonna pause so that I don't get thrown off on the guard cycles. Like, I can hear him walking around, but like, is he coming this way? Yes, okay. Oh, there's another hole. Are the guards still moving while I'm talking to her? I can hear them walking around. What? Are you kidding me? Why can they catch me while I'm talking? It's like one of the few things that I know about Ocarina of Time is that when you're talking to people, it's supposed to like freeze everything around you. Okay, well, anyways. We'll do it again, I guess. This time I'm not gonna go on a detour over to this side. I'm gonna go straight to the Kokiri girl and talk to her. If I can. Oh my god, he's right there. Yeah, turn around, walk away. What are you doing? Don't walk over here. Oh my god. did say I don't like stealth sections in Zeldas. Maybe it'll be like Wind Waker. Maybe it starts on a low note with a bad stealth section and then gets better. Sorry for putting the camera in the fire again. Okay. Do I need to like get behind the guard then? Like I wait for him to come over here and then I... So he comes over here. And I crawl in here. And make a run for it. I got completely turned around. Oh god, he's coming. This is something. Where are you? Does the path loop around? Is he behind me somehow? Well, that's a wall, so I can't see anything. Usually, see in the vanilla game, like there's like a whole thing in like the Moblin maze where like Navi tells you like, you know, use Z targeting to like peek around corners. Alright, let's talk. Talk faster, please. Oh my god, talk faster. Left her ocarina in the castle gardens. Okay, so that was... I would have been fine if I had reading comprehension, but alas. Yeah. No, that's a weirdly common problem with N64 game ROM hacks. I know the Mario 64 ROM hacks have this problem a lot, where it's like... They don't design for like the way that the camera works. Like they do a lot of close quarters stuff and it's just like, why? Some of the banjo hacks that I played were like that too. Thankfully, G's of Time was pretty good for not doing that to me. Yeah, I don't have anything I can do about those. Oh, there's a guy there. Do I need money for something, or... Is there a reason to come in here? Nope. Sure isn't. Okay. Like, I assume hitting those crystal switches will open the gate, probably, but I don't have any way to do that. Unless there's another door behind this guy that I'm missing. I'll check a little more closely. Nope, it's just money. Okay, so we can't go this way. What about this door? Did we go in here already? This is where the chests were, right? And the sculpture I couldn't do anything about. Behind that barrel. I wish I could fall asleep standing up. That'd be so powerful. don't know where this guard goes. Okay, he goes this way. He probably turns around, I'm guessing. That's a blocked off wall. That's a door I can't open. It's another door I can't. Oh, hey. Oh, that's how I open my cell. Okay, thank God. I could have sworn from like the little bit of the ZFG stream that I watched that there was a way to open this door permanently so that I don't have to go all the way around every time I get caught. Alright, turn around, keep walking. Get lost. That's what I thought. So I think this is where I'm supposed to go, probably. Well, at least whenever we get out of here, we'll have plenty of money, which is nice. They should give me a sword. I think they should give me a sword. To my knowledge, this isn't like one of those Zelda ROM hacks that's like obsessed with just like not letting you have a sword for half the game. Like you do get one. Hey, there we go. Tricks. You do get one like relatively early from what I'm aware of, but it's not soon enough as far as I'm concerned. I'm very impatient. It's been 20 whole minutes and I haven't gotten to kill anything yet. Okay, I think there's guards in here, so I'll be careful, but this... I think this is the garden, right? So this should be where the ocarina is. Where are those guards? I can hear them. Oh, there he is. Well, let's just start going in some doors. This looks like some kind of library. There are no guards on the ground floor? I'm scared to go up the stairs because I know there's guards up there. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. Let's explore the garden a little bit more, shall we? Unfortunately, this game doesn't have a mini-map, which is like another pretty... Oh, hey, they did an original map, though. This is cool. This is actually really cool. I like this a lot. Yeah, I wish there was a map of this area because it all looks kind of the same and I'm already very turned around. Okay, let's go back to the library. There were so many doors over there, there's gotta be something. This isn't your dad's tactical stealth espionage or no tactical espionage action. What's the tagline for Metal Gear Solid? I can't remember. It's not that. It's yeah, I don't know. Anyways, are there guards on this floor? No. But there's a switch I can't hit. It's like they gotta be giving me a sword soon, right? Like that's what these have gotta be a sign of. Those look like chests. I want to go over that way. Please tell me this is the sword. Hey, there we go. Okay. It's time to hurt and cause problems. I think there was more flavor text there that was unique to this hack, and I did not read it. Okay. Let's hit some things. Not see where that guard is. Hopefully not looking at me. Good. Alright. We can kill. The children yearn for blood, and they will get it. This looks like they want me to have either Din's fire or... Yeah, there's no other torches in here. It's... Do they increase the power of the Kokiri sword? This is normally not allowed to... This normally can't damage them. Is super not targeting that guy? Yeah, presumably if I go out into the courtyard and kill a bunch of the courtyard or the maze, I can get Deku Sticks and Deku Nuts, which will be nice to have. Can I kill this guy too, or is this guy just hanging out? He's just hanging out. Okay. Fair enough.
Lamp oil, rope, bombs. You want it? It's yours, my friend, as long as you have enough rubies.
Oh, jeez. Yellow. Wait, I can get caught in midair? What? Okay. Well, I have a weapon now, so, and they didn't confiscate it when they arrested me, so I'm going to keep it. Wait for this guy to move. And here we go. Oh, hey, I wonder if these torches are... I bet these torches are significant. There's two of them that aren't lit, but I need a stick. Well, let's go get one then. Also, when did I do damage? I don't remember getting hit by anything. Alright, cool. I got Deku Nuts. And if I'm smart, I might be able to... There we go. Oh, the statue hit me. Okay, cool. Just checking. Yeah, I will say, I have no sense of direction in this place. Like, I am completely just wandering in whatever direction I happen to see a door. Eventually, inevitably, I will find my goal. I went in this door already, didn't I? Right, because I came this way from the back here after fighting the flowers. Well, I can get more sticks this way, I guess. Or not. There we go. Okay. 2 sticks isn't a lot, but like, it's better than 1. So I'll take it. Oh, I don't know if this is where I want to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna duck in here and then I'm gonna duck back in and hopefully that'll reset the or reset this guard cycle. Oh my god. He was literally turning his head to look at me. Yeah, the hedge maze had a switch. I think to get to the hedge maze, I have to go back through the jails to the other end where I was like, oh, this is a dead end, and turned around because I didn't have a sword and couldn't hit the switches. So that is, I think, probably progress, but I also want to get back into that room with like the kitchen and stuff. Oh, this is probably important. I think I know how to get back to that room. Yeah, because I imagine there's probably like another like chest that spawns if I light those torches. I'm gonna wait for this guard to walk past because I think it's down here. Yeah, I can hear the torches. It's gotta be this room. There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. Glad I came back for this then. Which of these doors takes me back into the jail? I think it's this one. Nope, it sure isn't. Oh my god, don't turn around. I mean, I guess if he turned around, he would have thrown me back into jail and it would have actually been a shortcut back here, but... Wait, actually, this isn't helpful to me. He's just gotta turn around and come back. Isn't he? Isn't he? Oh, I have no idea where he's going then. Okay, well, this is where I was trying to get to. I think. No, wait, this is the back room out of the south. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I would also like to find that room that had the skulltula in it. I think that was over by the sleeping guard. Or this way. Maybe? Yeah, in here. I don't know like what skulltulas do in this or how important they are. But I'm just gonna assume that anytime I have an opportunity to get one, I should probably get it. I don't know how easy it's going to be to backtrack to this place. Okay, I think this is the hedge maze here. Gotta say, I find it very amusing, the idea that, like, just kind of in Zelda games in general, like, it is like a recurring motif that, like, the Hyrulean royal family, uh, they, uh, they employ hedge mazes as, like, legitimate, uh, security systems instead of just, like, a funny, wacky thing that you take your kids to for a day trip. Oh my god, that actually jump scared me. Why did I flinch so hard? It's just a Deku but they don't do anything. I think that's the ocarina over there, though. It's a big chest. That, or maybe it's like a map, but it doesn't seem like there's a dungeon map in here because it just shows the overworld map when I'm in here. Okay, there we go. And I think I heard that you don't actually have to equip it. You can, like, just use the D-pad like in Rando. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, that's really nice. Oh, I didn't realize the guy was right there. The guy's up here too. Oh, it's just that guy. So technically I could, like, probably use this height advantage to jump on top of the maze and go get all that money that's there in the middle. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's important. Okay, I've got a key. I can get up there. Seems to be jammed. Okay, cool. I won't go that way then. Let's go through the locked door because we have keys. I see. So this is like kind of a series of locked doors, I assume, and they probably want to make sure you've, like, gone through and done everything else, or else you have to backtrack. So it's good that I was thorough. I'm gonna have to fight these guys, aren't I? How did that open? It sounded like it opened a door, but I assume it's, like, up here. Ooh, cutscene. This is like a completely original room, too. Like, I'm pretty sure most, if not all, of the assets in here are not vanilla Ocarina of Time. Oh, hey, the texture in her book for the storybook, that's just like the tapestry from the intro of Wind Waker. That's fun. I really like how they repurpose like a bunch of the animations and stuff. Like this is normally him looking through the window and stuff. Oh, this is cool. What on earth is this? This is a romhack. This is a fan game, essentially, built off of Ocarina of Time. Seems like it's kind of like an alternative story rather than a remake or a sequel or anything, because they've also... Oh, sweet, a new song. Right, A, left, right, right, left. Yeah, there's a couple of other Ocarina of Time ROM hacks that I'm like vaguely aware of. There's one that I watched a full playthrough of. Otherwise, I would have. I might just play it myself at some point anyway. Once it's been a while that I've like been long enough that I've forgotten it. But like, there's one called The Missing Link that takes place in between Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, with like Link on his search to try and find Navi. Or maybe it takes place after Majora's Mask, actually. Either way, it's cool. That one has like not only like original dungeons and areas and stuff and like music, but also has like an original item, like a whole mechanic around it, which is cool. Howdy. Yeah, it seems nifty so far. I wasn't crazy about the stealth section. It seems like that's over. Wow, you collapsed after reading that book. And Zelda just pieced out. She's like, all right, well, that's weird. Most people, when they read a book, they just like read it. Seemed like a very unnecessary camera swivel, but I'll take it. There's a chest up there. Can I get it? Hey, there we go. Stunts. Felt like the camera did like a very specific kind of like dramatic pan somewhere, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, this is like a... I think that might be the Song of Storms guy's music box, or just like a prop from somewhere, but... Okay, no, that's the way that I came. The window feels significant. Can I break it? Can I play that song, maybe? Oh, nice. Okay, so that's how we get out of here. Oh, this is interesting. Temple of Time's all fucked up. Alright, well, it seems like we can't do that yet. Is it bad that I looked at this and my first thought was, wow, Minecraft? I can't go any further up there. Gerudo Valley, this is not. Oh, never mind. Okay. We might still have a banger on our hands, actually. Sand is good. It is still doing that weird glitchy thing that it does in Zooter with the sandstorm effects. I don't know why it does that. But I don't have an EverDrive, so you're stuck with emulation and the funny little visual glitches that come with that sometimes. Wish I could like see what I was doing. I heard it was actually worse than this in earlier versions, but I went out of my way to like download the newest version, the 1.3 version that came out like a week or two ago. And supposedly that makes things like quite a bit more manageable. Is this the castle? That look like castle gates. Right, that looks like a big quicksand pit, so we're not going to go in that. Unfortunately, I don't know where I'm going. So I can't just backwalk to go faster. Oh, hey. This is cool. It's like a whole ass town. Like an actual town, not just like a PNG that pans around when you move the camera. Can't wait to get terribly lost in this. It's giving me like the capital city from Scarlet and Violet vibes, and that scares me. Is this modded? Yeah, this is a ROM hack. There's just like not any category for it. But this is the Sealed Palace. Oh, no worries. Yeah, for once I'm not playing Zooter. Oh boy, I can crawl into the furnace. Yay! Yippee! Oh, it's hurting. Oh, it's hurting me in here. I don't know what I expected. Children long for the flames. I don't think I can get to it that way. It's kind of a cool little area. It's like a factory building. Oh, jeez. Come on. When you roll towards a ledge, he's supposed to always jump. That's how it's supposed to work. Feeling very betrayed right now. Can't believe this. Really? Oh no, I missed it. This is going to be more of a pain than I thought. There's also no music. Hey, there we go. Tricks. I don't know that I can get anywhere from here, though. What did you grab? Okay. That doesn't feel like I was supposed to do it like that. How was I supposed to get up here? Sure. Yeah, I'll take that, but weird. Also, I think I just realized, I think I'm gonna have to go back to the castle at some point in this story, like, I mean, of course I am, but like, oh hey, Nanada. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. And howdy. Let's see if this is anything. Can I jump from here and get it? That's more like it. Okay. That's a big chest. Hopefully it's something cool. But yeah, the reason I was going to say I think I'm going to have to go back to the castle is because there was one of those like eye switches in there and I did not find a slingshot, so at some point I'm going to have to get a projectile weapon and go back. Where did the chest appear? Oh, it's on the platform. Okay. That's a little anticlimactic. That was a lot of work for a heart container. Or not even a heart container, just a heart piece. I almost kind of want to like just go outside and stand around so that it becomes daytime again so I can hear whatever music's supposed to play here. Dog. We have a dog now. Okay, well that's not her dog. I didn't see any other dogs, but... Oh, did that wrong. Fixed camera is really not making my life easy. Oh, okay, nope, can't climb on the bed. Actually, it is illegal. Don't know what the point of this building was. Okay, so there's just stairs and ramps all over the place. It's not actually that big of a deal to get up here. Oh my god. Forgot what some of the NPCs in uh, Vanilla Ocarina of Time look like. I don't know if this is actually vanilla texture. Some of this might be custom. But I've never really looked closely at most of the Castle Town NPCs. It sure is a face, yeah. Also high Pokemon. Oh, thank you for the Prime Gaming sub, Yobbers. I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing in this town. They said to like go talk to people about the fact that the Kokiri were captured. I think that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I've so far not met anyone who seems important. They all seem to be just like random ass NPCs. With really big houses that are just kind of needlessly complicated. I do have money though, and I will steal it. It's kind of like Skyrim. This reminds me of Skyrim actually quite a bit. This NPC reminds me of the Light of Courage. Oh, whoops. Okay, apparently if you press B and A, it skips through text. Or just pressing B at all. Okay, I better not do that then. I love that Link's like trying to like follow, like make eye contact, and so he's just kind of swiveling. Alright, well this one has a sign, so maybe it's an actual important building and not... Cool. Oh, geez. Okay. Ah, that's evil. Even in a ROM hack, they do the thing where, like, if you mash through all the text, the cursor's on, no, I didn't get all that by default. I don't know what he was talking about with those two. I feel like I was missing some sort of core detail there, but that's okay. Sounded like a chest draw. Oh, there it is. It just didn't play an animation for it. Hey, money. As yet, I have not found anywhere to spend it. Hopefully let me buy a shield soon. That'd be nice. think the reason this gives me Skyrim vibes is just that like these environments are like well constructed, but they're like largely pointless and just kind of needlessly confusing. Like it's like wow, immersion, but also like they don't really serve a function for gameplay. Yes, I literally could not get here without going through the Temple of Time and seeing a cutscene where they tell me that it's the entrance to the Sacred Realm. Why would that be information that I need? I can target the owl, I can't talk to it. It is, you know what? It is kind of Zelda 2, actually. That's a good way to put it. Nope, can't talk to that one. Are these guys supposed to be like a band or something? What's going on here? Can't get up on stage, so I guess so. Alright, well, doesn't seem like there's much else to do here, so maybe I'll just leave. Oh, hold on, we found a room I haven't been in yet. Hello, town. There's a... oh, wait. Okay, no, there's multiple doors here. Is he gonna make me pay every time I want to go in? That's annoying, I guess. Perhaps I just won't then. My curiosity is sated. I don't need to go in there. I'm guessing there's a dog somewhere else that I can bring to her and she'll give me a heart piece. I haven't seen any around, but I imagine if I can get a dog to follow me inside, then... I'll be able to complete that quest. Alright, let's look for places that have signs, because those seem like they'll probably be the important places. This one looks like a shop, if I had to guess. Big sign with a potion on it. There we go. Wait, is that that's like a part of the Phantom Ganon painting texture, I'm pretty sure. Nifty. I am so very, very turned around in this town. I have no idea where I'm going. Okay, this building has shields on it. Maybe that's important. Oh, it's a guardhouse. I don't know why that guy said ding dong ding dong. That was really strange. I mean, like, admittedly, par for the course for like old Zelda dialogue. Like that is exactly the kind of like weird awkward dialogue with just like strange people saying things to a little child in a green tunic that like I would have come to expect, but like it's just funny as all. That's a different guardhouse or a different part of the guardhouse. Yeah, unfortunately, it's a little less exciting when I find a green rupee in a chest in this. I've already found multiple, so it is unfortunately not a Greg situation. It's not special. Sad. Oh yeah, no, Pokemon definitely has a lot of weird dialogue too. Do you have anything weird to say? No, this guy won't even talk to me. Okay. Alright, well, there's another door underneath this. For what it's worth, there's still like some really weird dialogue in more modern Pokemon games. Like I started playing Omega Ruby the other day, and it's like that entire exchange with Brendan at the beginning of the game, if you play as a girl, is just like, why is this still in the game? Like out of all the things that I know that they changed, why did they keep that? Specifically the bit about like him being like, well, I heard you were a gym leader's kid, so I thought you'd be a boy. It's like, what does that mean? Like if you're gonna be like mildly sexist, at least make sense about it. Like at least have some sort of like logic to what you're saying. Also, yeah, I will drink water. Thank you. If I had bombs, I could ground jump there. Well, bombs and a shield, I guess, but oop. That's what I get for thinking about cheating. Immediately punished by God. For my wicked, impure thoughts about game mechanics. Yeah, there's some gameplay happening here. Don't know what I think about it. It sounded like they wanted me to go to the graveyard. But also, like, I would have thought that there would have been, like, more to this town, I guess. Oh, there's the graveyard. Okay. I had a cutscene where I had, like, a vision of the Sacred Realm, and Sheik was there and taught me a song, and then I teleported to the Temple of Time. Wait, who's talking to me? What am I missing? I'm confused. I am not going to remember this. guess, yeah. I do like this song though, this is cool. I like the Ocarina songs that I've heard so far. All 2 of them. Yeah, just generally I really enjoy the kind of the art form of making songs that sound like they could be real, like N64 Ocarina songs. Like there's a kind of there's a vibe to them, and also just the fact that you have to make it so that like the main part that's playable works with, like the 5 notes you have access to. Music's kind of chill. Oh, okay, I didn't expect to get that like first try, but sure, why not? Well, I don't have a shield, so that's going to be a problem. Oh, I'll be real, if there was a hack that made me do that, like if I had to go like... If I had to actually do that for a song, I would not play that hack. I'd be like, wow, that's cool. And I wouldn't do it because it would be a nightmare. Ruins by the outskirts of town that have been stirring with monsters. Okay. Oh, this is the church graveyard. Okay, well, that's cool. Did I find a church? Is there a church that I went to? Hello. It's a ghostly beast. Assuming this one's also just going to be a poem. Can I not make it appear? I thought you could make it appear. Yeah, unfortunately did that do something? Yeah, unfortunately the gravestones that have stuff under them aren't marked with like flowers and stuff like they are in vanilla, so... No, I think it's just what all the gravestones look like when you pull them back if they don't have a hole under them. Oh. That was abominable ground noise then. Why is that? Alright, well I'm just gonna pull back all the gravestones because... Okay, this one has stuff in front of it, so I assume that's important. But like one of them made a sound and didn't have anything under it. Okay, so Decadents will, like, snap them out of running, I guess? That's interesting. I've really, like, never fought these guys, other than, like, the big ones that you have to fight. Or, like, occasionally fighting ones in the graveyard, but, like, I usually do it as adult. My Decadent just clipped through the earth. There's, like, some really weird properties at work on this slope here. Oh yeah, no, I mean, the mini-boss ones definitely have, like, unique behavior. It's just weird. Okay, are there any more gravestones that I haven't pulled? Because that one made a noise, and it's like... I feel like that's important. I'm gonna kill all the ghosts just in case that's important. Okay, cool. Ghosts are all dead, I think. Unless there's more gravestones up here. There are not. Let's go into this hole, I guess. Because none of this is doing anything, apparently. That was really weird. Ooh, cutscene. Did I miss one? Okay. The Moon Song. Oh, it's Sun Song backwards. Okay. That's fun. Oh. And it was Orpal instead of yellow. Well, sure. I'll take it. Doesn't tell me what it does, though, does it? Okay, I want to move this stone again and see what it does. God, I hope not. Okay, so that makes a noise. I feel like it's supposed to, like, open this, right? Where was the one that I missed? That one's a poke. Near the slope screen. Oh, yeah, no, sorry. The one that you thought that I missed, I pulled that one already. It had a hole underneath with a puzzle inside I couldn't solve. I just hear a sound effect that it sounded like something. Yeah, no worries. I did get them all. Let's check this out. I swear it was playing music in here before, and now it's not. Oh, you know what? Maybe I changed the time of day with the moon song. Okay, so this is the music I was playing before. Okay, so that's the same dialogue as normal. Guessing he's going to yell at me if I move the grave. Yep. Well, I think I got what I was supposed to get from here for now. Or wait, no, I got a warp song that takes me over there. Let's do that. What was that song again? It was, Hey, I said I wasn't going to remember it, and then I did. There's one thing I can do. It's kind of sometimes remember songs in N64 Zelda games. That looks like it's like a place that I'm supposed to be able to get up to, right? This looks important. Do not know Zelda's Lullaby, though. Yeah, assuming that that is what I'm supposed to do there and not something else. Whatever it is, I can't do it yet, so I won't. I will say, the town is a lot nicer in the daytime. I do like the vibes, like I like the music and stuff. Music really hasn't been like hitting for me for the most part in this, but I do like this song. It's low key, but it's nice. Feels like it's like something that would play in like Twilight Princess maybe, or like Skyward Sword perhaps. Oh, thank God I grabbed it. Okay. Can't grab that though. Too short. Okay, now there's townsfolk around that I can talk to. Buddy, your beard is like 2 polygons. Which is like, I mean, I guess if that's what you're going for, then that's awesome. I'm happy for you. But like, I don't think I've been in here before. I don't recognize this sign. Oh yeah, no, this is something new. Please tell me these aren't hints for something. Doesn't look like it. Anytime I play a ROM hack on N64 and I see like weirdly high resolution textures of like photos on the wall and paintings and stuff, I get scared because of G's of time. Oh, this is the museum they were talking about. Hey, it's the Great Fairy's sword. And all the masks. They shouldn't have that, I think. Okay, that's a picture of the graveyard. Conspicuous. Temple of Time. Lake. Master Sword and Navi? Okay. Some of these things feel like they shouldn't be here, just like in terms of like how the canon of anything works, but... Oh, hold on. Something up there. Never mind. No, there isn't. Yeah, I guess. Well, I think there's also like lore pertaining to it. Like I did find an NPC who was like, yeah, the guy who runs the museum or the guy who made the masks for the museum is like some weird old creep that lives up in the mountains and has been alive for 100 years. How's the guy on the roof now? Is it the guy with the cool pants? I gotta go see. I gotta find out if he's got cool pants. It's really important, actually. There's ramps all over the place. I don't know why I can't find one all of a sudden. Here we go. Joking aside, I actually want to find him just because, like, in the vanilla game, oh yeah, no, he's got the cool pants. Very nice. If I can get up there somehow. In the vanilla game, he usually gives you, like, a heart piece, I'm pretty sure, so. It is worth trying to climb up. I think I have to go through the guardhouse and then climb up and then come out of the, like, out on the wall. Also, sorry I didn't respond before. What's good is, these, like, filled Twizzlers that I got the other day that are, like, orange cream pop flavor. It tastes like creamsicle. They are surprisingly really good for something that I didn't expect to be good, namely, you know, filled Twizzlers of any variety. Yeah, I actually quite enjoyed them. Can recommend. So yeah, that's, to answer your question, that's what's good. I goofed that up entirely. Is there a different guard tower I can go into that's not as annoying? Okay, that's the graveyard. I don't think I've been in here yet. Oh, I sure haven't. This is the church. With appropriately ominous music. This is how this is the music I heard in my head being back in a church building for my brother's wedding last week. Now, why does the church have a secret basement with jail bars in front of it? And also giant cobwebs. Yeah, these are very suspicious. I don't think the churches should have these. That's my religion hot take of the week. I don't think the churches should have evil dungeons in the bottom of them and like and giant cobwebs. I'd really like to start finding more interesting things in these houses besides, like, just money, because so far I haven't found anything I can actually spend money on, and except for, like, potions and stuff, and I don't have any bottles. So you can understand why that would be a little disappointing. Alright, I might actually give up my quest to get up to the guy with funny pants. I think I'm gonna leave. I don't know why they bother, like, giving me directions, like, you should go north and stuff. Like, there's no mini-map, so, like, I can't tell what direction I'm going in. Like, yeah. Hi, Greedra. You know what they say? To the Joker, north is just a setting on the washing machine. Or something. Something like that. Or something is doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. I'm okay with that. How do I get up there? I'm not tall. A lot of torches here that I can't light. Wait, is my rupee limit really 250? What on earth? This is kind of interesting. I do like this song. I'd like to continue listening to it, but I think I need to go in here and talk to this old lady, so... There's so much money and I don't have anything to spend it on. Like, I'm too good at sniffing out secrets, and so I keep finding all the money. I think her railing might be a little busted. Oopsie. There's more money over here. It's like the thing also. Like, I remember... So this area shows up in like the opening cutscene, or like the title screen kind of scroll. And I know there's money on this scaffolding. I'm not gonna get any of it because I'm full. Think they'll ever give me a shield? Maybe someday. And the good news is the old trick of look at the graphics and see which ones have a vertex at the end of the tunnel to indicate a loading zone. Still works here. So I don't know if you're supposed to listen for the music or what, but I don't have to do it. I can simply not. Uh-oh, these all go to places. Yeah, you know what? I'll take it, because I need to get rid of some of my money. Oh, wait. Can you hear this music? It's like... spooky, sad Kokiri Forest. Interesting. I think they did mention that Ganondorf's soldiers did, like, burn down Kokiri Forest, or Kokiri, like the village at least, in Kokiri Forest. Like, it's just gone. So, Makes sense that there'd be some kind of like somber vibes going on here. This is the gorge again? Pathways. Okay. Okay, wait, no, this is back up where I started. The vibes in this area are very Majora's Mask, I gotta say, like the lighting and stuff. Oh, this area has its own music. Okay, cool. And no more of it. Oh, there's a shortcut back here. Okay. Maybe that's what Pathways is. It's just like kind of a hub area that leads to a bunch of different places, maybe. Yeah. Okay, how do I get back out? No, I did this earlier. Probably the bridge. The bridge is probably what I'm supposed to do, huh? Is that the way that I went that took me to the outskirts? Okay, well, we're near the outskirts of town. There are monsters. I don't know if this is anything, though. I assume that heart was there to, like, show me to jump to here, right? Like... That feels like that was what that was. Oh, these are the ruins. Okay. Maybe? Maybe not. Aha! Just realized they slightly changed this, this, like, Deku Tree theme. Oh! Okay, this is cool. I think we found our first dungeon. Yeah, this is really nice. Damn. I mean, for like N64 ROM hack standards, obviously. But like compared to the way that the dungeons look in vanilla Ocarina of Time, this is really nice. Gives me Metroid Prime vibes a little bit. Maybe a little bit of Twilight Princess. Ha! I knew this would be important. I gotta play the other Prime games. I'm like not sure if I want to hold out for them to remake 2 and 3. Cause like, I don't know, if they did remake Prime 2 at least, I'd be interested in picking it up on Switch. Like I think they did a good job with the first one. Liked the way it played for the most part. And like I really do want to play Prime 2. Oh, that was a mistake. Yeah, the graphics in Prime Remake are really nice. Or remaster, yeah. Like the lighting and contrast is generally pretty cool. I don't like what they did with like I didn't realize how much worse it was compared to the original. I don't like what they did with the thermal visor or whatever. It's like really like fuzzy and hard to see, which I guess is like kind of accurate to how like thermal imaging would actually work, but it's like not good for gameplay because like a lot of the time you're expected to do like navigation and combat and stuff with that on, and it's like you kind of have to squint so it doesn't give you a headache. But yeah, I may instead I may just look into Prime Hack for Dolphin and give that a shot instead. Okay, there's a lot of torches here, and there's a bunch of unlit torches over there. I don't think a stick is going to last long enough to get me over to that, though. We'll see. Maybe if I hurry. Shit. Oh yeah, well I mean the remake had dual stick aiming and it was good. In fact, Remaster had multiple options for controls. You could like play with like original GameCube controls if you were crazy like that. You could also play with gyro if you wanted. Well, I can't imagine that was like super good because frankly gyro aiming with Joy-Cons really is not very satisfying for me, I find. Nice, I have a map. Unfortunately, I still don't have a mini-map because there isn't one. Forest Grotto. Right, let's progress, shall we? Oops. I do technically know where north is now, yeah, I guess. Did it reset all of the silver rupees, or... It also looks like I just have like a silver scale level of diving capability just off the bat, which is nice. I don't remember where I found the other silver rupee. I forgot that I was looking for those because I got distracted by the torches, to be honest. Yeah, I got no idea. Whatever, I'm gonna go through this door. I'm about to die. It doesn't beep in this one, huh? Shoutouts to Deku Nuts, by the way. One of the most underrated items of all time. I think I can make it to that, but I need to get the angle right. There we go. Yeah, I really gained an appreciation for Deku Nuts when I started doing Zooter. Alright, cool. Compass. If only I had a mini-map. But like, now I can see where doors go, I guess. Oh. Oh, okay, cool. This wasn't here before. I think it still doesn't help me, but good to know that it's there, I guess. No, there just straight up isn't a minimap. Minimaps are notoriously really, really difficult to program for ROM hacks, is what I've heard. So, most ROM hacks don't have one. It's just kind of how it is. Nice, that was a good tree to bunk into. Oh, I remember where the other silver rupee is. It was back behind somewhere with a gossip stone. It is coming back to me. I don't remember exactly where, but I remember it was like behind a tree root or something like that. There it is. And one over here. And fifth one should just be right over here. That is 5, right? I think. Sick. Alright. Where was that? Oh, that's that door over there, I see. Well, there's no way to tell which of these I'm actually going into because there's no arrow for me on the map. That's normally a mini-map thing. Nope. Oh, hey, what about you? You want to send me a shield by chance? Nope, I can get those for free. Good day, sir. Okay, so it wasn't exactly for free. It did cost me like half my health, but... That's true. But I mean, arguably, so are Decunuts, so like, it was kind of just a trade, nothing for nothing. Why am I up here? What is this for? It feels significant that I'm up here, but... Maybe to get to here? Yeah. This has gotta be something. Yay. Alright, I have no idea how to get back up here if I fall, so we're not going to do that. Do I should jump across all of this with a lit stick? Is that what they want me to do here? This really is some, like, bonkers Zelda platforming for real. No. Oh, okay, this is literally just a ramp back up. And those guys down there, presumably to just give me more sticks if I need them. Oh, you have to get there like just as the stick burns out. Wow. I did it though. And the door's locked. To kill the enemies or something? Maybe lock or light the torches down here perhaps. Okay, yeah, that opened the door. Cool. I'm gonna light those anyway because there's a very good chance I think that they will have, I don't know, they'll give me like a key or something. And it was nothing. Wait, sorry, did that say that red rupee was 15 rupees? Is that what that said? Why would they change that? Red is always 20. I thought this. Wait. There's an eye switch there. Okay, wait, so what did that open then? Oh, there was another door. Does this show me which one I came in? It sure doesn't. Looking at this, this has got to be the one I didn't go through just because of the shape of the room. Please tell me this is the slingshot. I mean, it's gotta be, because, like, the only progression is to shoot the eye switch. Yay! I love projectiles. I'm so full of ranged attacks, yum. Oh, wait a second. I just realized something. Okay, this is really strange. I just noticed that my capture window on my stream is, like, cropped in way tighter than the actual game is. Wonder what that's about. Has it been, like, cutting off text or anything? I, like, super didn't notice. It looks like everything's, like, aligned fine. That's really odd. Hold on, let me try something real quick. Okay, yeah, no, that's the full uncropped thing, but it's also aligned wrong. Let me just scooch it over. It's because the last thing I played in this stream layout was Banjo, I think. So it has a different aspect ratio. N64 games are weird like that. Okay, well, close enough. Now you can see my FPS count. Yay! Spoiler alert, it's going to be around 20 for the entire game. Because that's how Ocarina of Time works. Fun fact, I never fought these as a kid because they freaked me out so bad that I would always do this, so that I never had to fight them. But yeah, occasionally the game will drop to like 9 FPS, which is really funny. Specifically when you kill those Stalfos in the forest temple in that one room. It's a Goma. Oh, do the dragonflies do it too? That's really funny. Majora's Mask has like just a handful of like random optimization issues to begin with though. Like there's like a lot of things that just kind of inexplicably make the game run bad or bug out. Oh shit, there's dead people in here. Awesome. cannot see what I'm doing. Oh my god, is there another ghost? Come on. They should really give me a shield so that I can crouch stab these idiots. I think that would be fun. Hey, I just realized, by the way, I think the sprites for the little particles that go flying when the posed lantern shatters are like just smaller textures of the lantern itself. Like they all look identical. Decunut. Come on. I don't know what that did. They keep doing this thing in this game where like they won't show me what like something does when I hit a trigger. Like it'll like point the camera in the general direction of like of the door that I open or the gate that slides across or whatever, but like they don't actually show me what it is. Oh, I see. That made the bridge appear. Oh, I was in this room earlier. But the bridge wasn't there, so I was like, how do I get across this? And I left because there was nothing I could do. Is that Goma? We just don't know. I think this is literally just the Goma boss room though, so. If only I had a shield, I could quick kill this. Wouldn't be surprised if they like gave Goma extra health or something then. Just to be evil. I really don't like the one in Twilight Princess, but that's because I have a fear of spiders, and that thing is just like, hey, what if we took like every arachnophobe's like worst nightmare and like combined it all into one big thing? Oh yeah, they definitely gave this thing extra health. Okay. Yeah, it's like giant tarantula that explodes into lots of tiny, like little spiders. Like it's horrible. I don't mind the actual like Goma in this, because like Armagoma is technically a separate thing. I don't mind Goma in this, because if you know what you're doing, you don't have to even see the little guys. So water time. It's going to sound like I'm doing a bong rip. No, the scorpions in Skyward Sword are called something else. I barely started this journey. Oh no, it's only been 2 hours. According to places I saw online, that's only 10% of this video game. Yeah, Moldarok is the scorpion, and then there's also like baby ones. I used to know all of the... I used to know all of the enemies in Skyward Sword, like, to a weirdly comprehensive level, because at one point in high school I was making a Minecraft texture pack that was based off of Skyward Sword's like aesthetics and locations and items and references and stuff like that. And I had been like making plans for like, here's what I'm going to make all of the here's what I'm gonna make all of the mob textures and stuff. Like these are what the references are gonna be. And didn't end up actually doing most of the mob textures, but like I did spend a lot of time trawling the wiki for that game, looking at all the enemy designs and committing them to memory to decide like what I was going to do with them. My conclusion is that Skyward Sword has really good enemy designs. Oh yeah, Phi tells you enemy descriptions. I mean that's like an old standby. The beginning of that was oh nice. First time finding ammo. Yeah, the beginning of that was in this game, with Navi telling you enemy information if you target them and hit up C. No, I mean Skyward Sword actually has a pretty sizable enemy pool. I don't know why I always hear that people say that Skyward Sword doesn't have a lot of enemies in it. It actually has like a pretty big roster, as well as like a lot of enemies that have like multiple like elemental variants and stuff that like function very differently. Oh no. Oh no. I have to do vanilla fishing, no. I can't fish. Not without Rando making it easier. I most certainly do not have a rumble pack. Wait, unless they did make this easy like Rando, because this fish is in the same spot that it is in Rando. No, that looks small. I like Skyward Sword a lot. I think its pacing is god-awful, and I think that, like, Phi spoils a lot of the best puzzles, because that game's, like, dungeon design is fantastic, but then, like, every time there's a cool puzzle, Phi will just tell you how to do it, instead of letting you figure it out. But despite these things, I think that it's a fantastic game. Right, how much does he want me to get? What's the record? That looks like a big one, right? No, not you. Not the other one behind it. Come on. There we go. Oh yeah, no, fighting Ghirahim was super fun. No, I thought it was really, like, I heard people complain about it, and it's like, I don't know, I really appreciated that Skyward Sword was, like, willing to, like, deviate away from the kind of formula that Zelda had slipped into, where it was like, every time you get an item in a dungeon, you can count on the boss, like, just almost solely requiring that item to beat it. I hit yes, right? Wait, what? Also, blue rupees are 3? So is there a bigger fish in here? Like, is there like an 8-pounder or... Oh, well, I already canceled, so I don't care. I'm gonna leave. I don't want to deal with this. Fuck you. You need a bigger fish to get the prizes? Well, I got lots of money, so I'll do it again, I guess. I do understand. Goodbye. Oh, there's the big boy. I see. Come here, big boy. There we go. I think this is the biggest one. I wish I actually could play with a rumble pack. Like, I have one. I literally have one like on my desk, like 3 feet away, and I'm also using a controller that, even though it's custom, like or like not custom, but like an alternative control. Oh, what? What do you mean I lost it? It was right there. What do you mean? Okay, I think that's still it there. It's really hard to get it out of the water onto the dock. I'm gonna go stand on the shore instead. Oh, the scaly bag of teeth, as Groose aptly refers to him. And then he turns into Oni from Street Fighter. Come on, you want this so bad. Well, I mean, yes, it's Akuma, but they're like the same person, aren't they? Isn't Oni just like the version of Akuma where he's like fully like overtaken by wacky evil power or whatever? I don't really know the Street Fighter deep lore, but like that was how it was explained to me by my friend who does know the Street Fighter deep lore. I literally don't know what to do here, like... All these fish are small. These fish are also small. And the big guy, like, swam too deep in the water, I can't get it. actually don't know if there was an item in Wind Waker that makes Ganondorf get distracted. Come on, dude. Like, he's right there. I know that's my guy. I might have to just leave and come back in. That's incredibly annoying. Wow, he's charging 20 rupees to fish too. This guy's a maniac. Right, bait. Yes, that's right. Yeah, Twilight Princess is definitely, like, I think one of the silliest ones between that and, like, Skyward Sword with the bug net. Fish is literally, like, despawning. Or not despawning, but, like, unloading. There we go. And he's nice and close. Let's do it. Come on. There we go. That was 10 pounds, right? Skip the text. I think that's at 10 pounds. Let's go. I'm so good at fish. Hooray! Alright. Now let me reiterate, sir. Fuck you. Anyways, let's see what this cave is about. Big mushroom. Okay, I need bombs for that. Note to self to come back. The prize was a heart piece. Okay, where else can I go? I kind of want to work back to the Temple of Time, actually. What was the cool song that they taught me again? I've already forgotten it. Torture of Light. That is A, left, right, right, left. Okay. I think in randomizer you can press the with the boomerang to recall it to you. I don't remember if the vanilla game lets you do that. It might have been like a feature from the 3DS board that they were like, this would be nice to have, and added it into the rando, because they did a lot of stuff like that. I do not remember. I don't have any way back into the castle, do I? Because, like, I have slingshot, so now I can deal with that one door that had a eye switch above it. Okay, that's a castle wall, so I assume that's Castle Town again. Oh, put it out. Okay. Let's try that again. There's really no clear indication of where the edges of the, like where the void out zones are, huh? Yeah, I don't, like, people are like, wow, the claw shots, and like the double claw shots are neat. And it's like, wow, I get to be Spider-Man, but like, I don't know, now there's actual Spider-Man games and stuff, so like, who cares? Hookshot is way more fun, in my opinion, because it is like an effective weapon. It is usable on way more surfaces instead of just having to have targets. The hookshot also just works on like basically any wooden surface. I just think it is inherently a little bit more interesting. That is Castletown. Can I go over this way? This looks like somewhere I should be able to get. No, that's quicksand. Okay. Oopsie. The children yearn for the sand. The sandstorm is incredibly annoying. Oh, I lost a bunch of health from that, I think, when I fell on the quicksand. I should actually be careful. I might die. I don't know what happens if I die. Which I suppose is comparable to how real life works, but... Oh, that's nothing? Okay. Oh, avoiding out of the edge of the desert just hurts you. Okay, awesome. No, that's cool. I actually love that. Oh, the sandstorm stopped. This is where the spider was. I'm not actually convinced that there's that much that I can... You know what? Fuck this. Hold on. I'm gonna warp to town, and then I'm gonna try and go through a different gate. Because I think that's probably like the hub, like the center of the map if I were to look at it. And I think the desert only leads between like two places, unless you maybe have hover boots or something. Okay, yeah, we're in the center of the map, so I assume like everywhere else is from here. Oh wait, hey, there was this grave that had an eye switch in it, right? And it's daytime. Alright, well. Yeah, this one gravestone had a eye switch in it. This was the one that someone was saying, oh, you didn't check this one yet. Never mind, that is one that requires fire. Okay, well, we'll leave then. And I'm gonna play this because it's like honestly a lot easier to navigate this place in the daytime. It's easier to see like the colors of the buildings and the signs and stuff. Okay, I don't think I went out this door before. No, this is the outskirts. Okay, I did go out that door then. Is this? Can I talk to him already? Okay, so that means this is east. Ooh, a new area. I sure wish I had shields still. I will continue complaining about this until I get one. Like, you think normally they would just like let me buy one, but haven't found a normal shop yet. Is this just an archery range? Is there anything over here? Wait, are you playing Skyward Sword right now? Oh, another area cutscene. Ooh, Song of Storms. Oh, I see. Genuinely really sad. I So I have this like canvas bag that I bought in high school from like some website that is now like long since like DMCA'd and defunct. But it was like a canvas messenger bag that has like, it came with a bunch of like vinyl pins that look like, or not vinyl, PVC, I guess. It's really not worth it. But it came with all these like PVC pins that were like made to look like N64 A buttons and C buttons. With the purpose being like it had like a music staff on the outside of the flap, and then you could pin the pins on there and make all the Ocarina songs and rearrange them to your heart's content. It was very cool. It was way too expensive, and probably one of the most like expensive frivolous purchases I had ever made in my life up to that point when I got it. This would have been like 2013. Oh, okay, no bridge. Alright. Got Song of Storms then. Anyways, yeah, so I've had that bag for a long time. I started using it again when I started wearing leggings regularly because I don't have pockets usually when I'm going to the store, so it's nice to have somewhere to put like my phone and whatnot. Oh, another town. But I keep, recently I kept like one after another losing my, losing my pins off of it, but specifically I keep losing the A buttons, and so like my pool of songs that I can make on there is like rapidly dwindling because I'm now down to one A button. I lost one while I was like with my parents walking the dog last week, so I'm not getting that one back because it was like in a park somewhere. So I had the Song of Storms on there, and I can no longer do that. Before that, I had Requiem of Spirit, but that one requires three A buttons. That one's out of the question. And yeah, they do not make those bags anymore. They absolutely do not. I looked. Nobody makes any alternatives for them either. So there's no chance of me getting replacement pins. But oh well. Anyways, yeah, Bunny Rabbit. Hi. Ooh. Gorons leave their belongings in the mines to the north. I'm just gonna steal them? Okay, jeez. Oh, this is... I think I could make that if I released the Cuckoo at the last second. I think I could do it. It is going to be annoying. Are they gonna make me carry the chicken all the way up here? They totally are. This is so much more evil than vanilla games Guko hunt. They couldn't even give me a shield so I could shield drop them. Okay, let's do this. There we go. Is that intended? Maybe not. I don't care. Let's just check. There's oh my god, wait, was there just a ramp up here this whole time? Dude, there totally was, wasn't there? Oh no, no, this is a cliff. Okay. Crisis averted. We are still gaming. Okay, I think I know where all the chickens are then. That's 3. And I got... Oh, okay. Apparently I'm up here now. Where'd that other one go that I had here? Ran off. There's another one. I'm gonna throw this here and just see if it like runs away from me in that direction. Save me some time. Wow, it really didn't. They just don't make chickens like they used to. Alright, one more. Where is it? Let's listen. Maybe one of these crates? Sounds like it's in here. Yeah, there you are. So the locations are actually, for the most part, other than those ones that were up on the cliffs and were totally ridiculous, the locations are mostly pretty similar to, like, they're relative to the ones in vanilla games Kakariko. Oh nice, we finally have a bottle. I'm going to save because I want to make sure I don't lose that bottle. Is this the Skulltula house? Is this the same layout? Oh no. Did they make the Skulltula house scarier again? Oh, dang it, I wanted that. I'm actually going to go out and come back in because I want that. Technically, I could get more bang for my buck if I, like, milked a cow. But counterpoint is that I am foolish and I don't pay attention, and so having a fairy is a nice little backup plan in the event that I do something stupid and get killed. I guess this isn't the Skulltula house then, huh? Howdy. Oh wait, there's a chest. I can steal from this old lady. And this guy who looks kind of like the time that Brian David Gilbert dressed up as Waluigi. This door just straight up doesn't open. Okay. Bye-bye then. It's weird, I still saw the hole in the back of the house, which is like normally what leads to the cow that... like the cow in the back of Impa's house, but it's... like that's still up there, right? Is there still a hole? Yeah. So presumably there's some way to get onto the roof, but... I don't know what it is. Buddy, it sure does sound like there's a lot of spiders in your house. You should, do something about that. There we go. Yeah, it's normally supposed to be Impa's house that has the cow in it, but I walked in there and there was no back entrance to suggest where that hole goes, so it's a mysterious space. So I should probably go talk to Ingo. See what he's got to say. You little weirdo. He's not wrong. Does anyone give me anything that I can use to like wake him up? I know where he is. I already found your chickens. I'm not doing it again. No. Absolutely not. Wait, danger. I love danger. That wasn't the fun kind of danger, that was the regular kind of danger. Sad to report. I had to know, alright. Usually if it's just like a death pit, then they'll say like it's a death pit, but like they... Doesn't feel like that's how scenic should be spelled. I think that is how it's spelled. It doesn't feel like it. Wait, can I get up the tower maybe? Yeah. Something about the font or something, it just felt like it was misspelled, but I know it's not. Hmm. I think I should have been able to make that, but okay. I don't think there's any way to get a chicken up there. I'm gonna try this one. Try this one more time because I think like if I just barely adjust the part of the cliff that I jump at, because it's on a slant towards me, I should be able to grab the edge of it. Nope, he didn't jump. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Link. I'm so salty about the shield thing. I was tempted to say like, this stream will end when I get a shield. But also that might be a bad idea because I have no idea if there even is a shield. Maybe this is just one of those ones where they decided to be a little wacky, a little crazy. They said no shield for you in this game. Welcome to my twisted world. Dude, come on. Okay, no, I don't think I can do that then. Probably need hover boots or something, I don't know. Did I get anything from there? I got a bottle, I guess. I do appreciate that they were like, you know what, out of all the things that are in vanilla Ocarina of Time that we need to make sure in this hack, they did make sure that horseback archery is here. Just to torture me specifically. Oh, whoa, hey, hold on. I'm not supposed to be over here. Why am I over here? I feel like they really wanted me to like catch bugs with the bottle that I got, so that I can put them in the soft soil. I suppose whenever I see bugs, I'll probably dump the fairy and pick them up. It's probably the best course of action. Still don't know what skull tools are for or where to take them. Okay, so I think this is supposed to be the way to get to Hyrule Castle, right? Right, this is Southern Gate, right? So like this isn't... I said this was east, I think I was mistaken. I hope this game gets easier to navigate eventually. That'd be nice. Really is kind of a nightmare for the directionally challenged. Okay, no, this is the gate that goes to the castle, I see. Because he was saying the gate to my right. And I was thinking like, oh, to the right of this guy, but like if I was going by the way that he's facing, this would be the way to the castle. So that means this is east. Oh, hey. A guy I can sell things to. Still haven't figured out what the statues are for in this. Okay, now that guy just still buys your items. Gotcha. There's a lot of gossip stones and like no indication of what they do or what they're for. Why does this path go here? Why is there a path up to a wall? Did not realize that was a cliff I was not trying to jump on. Oops. That's what I was trying to do. That's like incredibly menacing dawn music. Nice. If I could have just reached that one, the wrench, I could have a whole other heart. Wouldn't that be exciting? Mod authors really like having these little ridges that you can walk on that sometimes go somewhere and sometimes don't. But regardless, either way, they always just are there and you can walk on them. Okay, we're back in the castle. Don't want those guys to catch me, that would be probably bad. Never did get a map for this place, huh? Oh my god, please just go up the ladder. Please, please, thank you. Okay, that one's probably... No, wait, no, there's a crate there. Okay. I was gonna say this would be a job for boomerang, but I think I can just jump to it. Maybe? Maybe not. No. Okay. I really felt like it should have like revealed something. Is there perhaps a switch I am missing? Something I need to hit, something I need to shoot. This fire is interactable, unfortunately. It's not lighting my stick. Alright, well I have no idea what this is for, so we're gonna leave. Yeehaw. What if they throw me in jail again? I do still have a key. Now I've also got a slingshot to do things with. I don't remember where to go to use the slingshot, but sure I can figure something out. I think it might have been in the library, perhaps. Up here, maybe? Yeah, I think it was actually up here, because this is how I got to the room with the Armos in it, or no? Oh, you know what? I think I got to that room from the library, actually. What's up, Navi? That's great, Navi. Okay, I think this is the library. Yeah. Look at me remembering stuff. Remembering this incomprehensible castle layout. I'm so proud of me. No, I think this is the regular Ocarina of Time Link model. It's just not purple like I would usually have it if it was up to me. Nope, this is just what it looks like. Egg. Yeah, I'm gonna play this safe. I'm gonna go behind him. There we go. This is the room I was trying to get to. And up here... This is almost certainly not where I'm supposed to be, if I'm being honest. I don't really expect to find anything of worth here. Ooh. Never mind, I might have found something of worth here. Dude, if I found a Deku Shield in here, I'd be overjoyed. You have no idea. Oh, there's flying pots. Okay. It'd be great to deal with flying pots. Not that. Really had my hopes up for a Deku Shield, I'll be real. I let myself get hyped. And then I let myself down. Oh no, the game let me down. I didn't let me down. Hey, there we go. It's another locked door. Yay, progress. Shield, 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 shield. Let's go. Shield. Oh, hey. This is interesting. This looks important. Still not a shield. That looks extremely important. This is like the throne room. Shield, shield. Oh my god. Of course I would find that when I'm full too. Seems to be jammed. Piss off, come on. Let me in. Let me in. What did I even come all this way for? There was just money? Like, I literally spent a key to be up here. What was the point of any of that? Yeah, hold on, here's the question, does opening this... Okay, yeah, that makes me put my weapon away, so I can't carry a burning torch through these doors because they have doorknobs. That is important, actually. That jump scared me a little bit. I did flinch. Okay. Is there anything else I can do here? Or are we out? I think we're out. I think we're probably out. I don't have Din's fire and I don't have a fire source. Oh, hey, hold on a second. That's a... Nothing. It's nothing. That's not useful to me. Oh, hey. Rupee amounts all increased. That's exciting. I'm still full, so that doesn't help me. I'm gonna play the song and leave here. What was the song again? I think this song's really cool. This is definitely like my favorite of the ones that I've learned so far. I still don't know what the Song of Storms does. Maybe something in the graveyard. No? Okay. Worth a shot. Alright, we need to figure out which way is north. Does it show on the map which way the graveyard is? Because that would, like... That would actually help me a lot if I could find that. Okay, so this is the guy who says that castle's that way, so that's east, which means that this way should be north. Is there a north gate to the village? Yes, there is, there is. Oh my god, and it's right next to the graveyard too. This is the one I just didn't go through. Or I did? No, I've been here before. Oh, right. Okay. Actually, I know where the mines are. Because it zooms in on them dramatically during the title screen crawl. And check this house first, though. Like, I went over there to the Lost Woods last time, and the Goron Mines, I believe, are back there somewhere. It's like a square entrance. That's not a Deku shield. I will take it. Yeah, a shield is a shield is a shield. I assume I need a bomb bag to get this, yeah. Yeah, it could be small, I guess. No, it's big. Oh my god, I can literally I can mash the shield button so fast that it like doesn't animate. Teabagging at the speed of sound. This is important. This is the... I mean, it's not as good for disrespecting enemies as the Deku shield, but like, I'll take it, you know? The important thing is that I can use it to shield drop objects when I'm holding them. I can do this. Yay. Yay. It's more fun than it looks, I promise. Okay, there we go. There's a minecart, there's a pile of slag. There we go. Flooded mines. Spooky. How do I... Come on. Okay, I was doing it there. What on earth is like... What is the trick here? This is a very irritatingly placed ladder. I can hear a torch burning somewhere, which means in theory I can use it to light other ones. I was hoping I could light that through the... There we go. No, they go out in the water. Okay. Oh well. It's worth a shot. Why do they keep giving me seeds? Stop it. You're just hurting my feelings at this point. I want you to stop. Okay, well, hey, we know that this trick works. No, it doesn't. Never mind. I mean, maybe it does. We'll try it again. Gotta be a little more to the left, I think, for that to work. We got sticks, we can keep trying. No. Okay. They really don't want me to do that. So how do I progress is the question here. Like, is there a gate I can swim under? Is there... Let's go down here again. See what we can see. I don't think we can do anything there. I thought maybe I could push that onto the switch or something, because this is going to pop back up as soon as I step off of it, right? Yeah. Oh, it made a platform appear, but like, it didn't immediately disappear when I stepped off the switch. Anyways, with the power of Cool Shield, we can do this. I can fall and try it again. Oh my god. It's so hard to control his jump distance in this. Oh well. Oh well. Me when I find a box and I wonder what it is. No, please. Oh, I see, that works as a ramp. Okay. Oh, I see. So I do all that, and then I break this box. Then it makes that one disappear, which also makes the barriers in front of that door disappear. But I can still get up. That's cool. That's a nifty little puzzle. I like that. I don't like the platforming aspects of it. Oh, hey. Hey, just throwing this out there. That was cool. Look at the background beyond this. So these are actually different rooms, and they're like unloaded until you go through the door, but it like looks seamless. That's actually cool. It's really cool, I promise. Is that a big chest? Ooh, nice. Please be the Goron bracelet. That would be so cool. Bomb bag would also be kind of nice. That's not what I expected, but yeah, okay. Now I essentially have silver scale level of diving to begin with, if I'm not mistaken. There's something up there. I saw something up there. Yeah, I think I have silver scale level of diving to begin with, so like, I don't know how deep this will make me able to dive, but like potentially quite a bit. 6, okay. I'm not stuck down here, am I? Well, there's a timer. And the camera will not move. There we go. Oh, oh, go around bracelet. Okay. It's worth a shot. Sometimes they just let you do things in this game, so. Alright, now we're going to try this. No, you like just straight up can't pick it up. Okay, I thought maybe it was like you can only pluck them off the plant when you have strength, but no, it's like straight up you just can't at all. Fair enough. Oh, hey, hey, hey. Time for tricks. Tricks and shenanigans. Come on, come back out. Yeah, come here. Okay. Perfect. Excellent. Right into my trap. That is a... Is that a Zalphos or a Dinalphos? Looks like a Dinalphos. It's another one of those things that like ROM hacks just like for this game just weirdly really love to do is make you blow things up with Dodongos. I don't know why, but I'm not complaining. I think it's cool. Ouch. Hey. Get down from there. It's kind of funny that like Dinalphos are basically like mini boss level of difficulty for Youngling because of how long they take to kill. But he's just like chilling in this room, like no fanfare or anything. Doesn't even get special music. He's just like stuck behind a fence trying to get at me. Wow. Oh, wait, there's the big chest that I spawned. I see. This might actually be the Goron bracelet. I could see them giving me both these things in this dungeon. Nice. Yay. Okay, so that was a mini boss. It just didn't have any fanfare for it for some reason. They were just like, yeah, I don't know, this guy's here, whatever. Shield drop. That not blew up because it wasn't on screen. Oops. No, that's fair. I'm just surprised that it didn't like even play combat music or anything. Oh, I am yawning a lot. Hopefully this dungeon isn't too long because I think I am going to have to definitely call it quits when I get to the end of this. I have not had enough caffeine in my system for this. It's spawnable? Maybe. No? Well, we can walk underwater. I mean, that's iron boots, right? I don't have access to the Song of Time. Or the Master Sword, the thingy. The sword thingy that you have that you use. You know the one. You know about it. The knife that makes you old. Okay, I think I can make this. I need to be faster and probably line up my camera beforehand. Please get on fire. Oh, jeez. Forgot what I was doing. I'm starting to think maybe this isn't the way I'm supposed to be doing this unless there's just like a room with money in it or something. There we go. Okay. Cool. I'm assuming I need a crate from somewhere. I'm at what, like 6 or 7 of those now, I think. Oh, that one's a timer one. Okay. Fair enough. How did I get here and how do I get back out? Oh wait, no, it's this tunnel. I see. I don't know what that did. I assume whatever it did, it was like too far away to even make a sound. Okay, there's some of the little crates over here, right? There's one of them. Let's go find out what this does. Oh, nice. Oh, I see. It put a little platform underneath them so they can drop down and explode instead of just going out in the water immediately. I cannot see what's in there. Guessing like a tunnel or something. I just need to go in the right direction. There we go. Well, I hope I find my way out of here because I sure can't see what I'm doing and the camera's not going to readjust. Oh, I did not start this with a lot of oxygen because my health was low. Oopsie. Alright, boss room, boss room. No? Okay, couldn't be that easy. Fair enough. Oh dear. Hold on, I can damage boost this. Never mind. Oh, that wasn't what I was trying to do at all. Okay. Extremely unearned confidence there. I think these are all just pits that you fall into if you get knocked off. You fail to dodge the boulder. Just like, hey, fair enough, I guess. Okay. I'm gonna try my strat this time. Didn't work. You're supposed to be able to... damage boost the, that not blow up? There we go. That was strange. Yeah, no, you're supposed to, or not damage boost, you're supposed to get iframes from rolling into the boulder when it hits. Ouch. Alright, well, close enough, whatever. Man, I sure hope these Sheikah stones aren't important because I am not coming back for them. Whoa. Okay, I thought that was like gonna be a dungeon, but there was no boss. Wonder if that means there's gonna be like an actual fire temple then. That'd be cute. A cool little segment though. Where does this take me? I know this isn't where I'm supposed to go, but like I wonder if this is maybe a shortcut back to somewhere. Oh, okay, yep. So now I don't have to do that again. Because I don't know how save warping works in this game in terms of like where it starts you out. Should have gotten closer. Thought the fuse was shorter. There's gotta be something here, right? Like it was in like a circle of... No. The field salads. So true. Okay, well, guess there was just nothing under there. That's disappointing. They really looked very suspicious. Anyways, we've got a bit of shortcut back here at least. I am not entirely sure what to do with this. Apparently nothing. I can't reach it. Let's go deeper into the mines, or is this just the way that I came? This is the way that I came. Now the glaze will respawn. Yay! I love birds. Big fan of the ones in this game specifically. How awesome and normal they are and not aggressive. Oh my god, that actually almost hit. I'm not going to waste my shots like that though. Yes, good. Chase me down. Oh, okay. No, that's cool. I'll try again. Oh, that was interesting. Teleport strats. I really hear the speedrunners talk about the bonk your sword on a tree to teleport backwards through an enemy and not take damage strat, but yeah, I'm something of a gamer. I do the tricks that speedrunners are too scared to do. You know, for the good of everyone. The ways are just gonna infinitely spawn because it's nighttime, aren't they? Okay, so that was a mini version of the Dodongo's Cavern boulder, which is interesting. I don't think that bomb flower is going to make it to the other one, so I may have to go in here and... Oh, huh. Okay. That is just Dodongo's Cavern, huh? I don't know if this is going to be a full-fledged dungeon or not. But hopefully, this is a place where if I save at the entrance to it, it will bring me back here when I start up next time, because I think I am done for tonight. I am very sleepy. I'm not actually nocturnal right now, so this is actually very late for me. But yeah, I'll plan to play more of this tomorrow. I know I'm like bitching and whining about it a lot, but a lot of that is just kind of the way that vanilla Ocarina of Time is, after me being used to randomizer and not actually the fault of this hack. It is interesting seeing, you know, like new locations and dungeons and stuff and not already knowing where everything is. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's a new game. It's fun. But yeah, I'm gonna go for tonight. But I will see y'all around. Bye-bye.